and
Yeah,
it's
that was
only YouTube when you're
yeah.
not when you're live streaming, but when you're not live streaming, oh my gosh, we're live. Hello.
Yeah, so that YouTube thing was a learning experience for me as
Okay,
well.
yeah,
So
that makes sense. That kind of sucks, but I'm surprised Zoom doesn't save the MP4 on your desk in the run, because sometimes you can do a run, no Windows.
yeah, it does it when we don't go live.
Yeah,
So
okay. Okay. Ugh, those bastards. Ugh, should not be. Ugh, okay. Yep.
are you recording?
I am recording. I've been recording.
Cool. Oh wow.
So, Gabe,
You've been
16 minutes
you've been
in.
okay. Oh, so okay, you didn't record since we've been talking for an hour.
No, 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 no,
So
no, 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 no,
okay.
no, 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 no.
Okay. All right. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Captain's Quarters, the unofficial Star Trek rewatch podcast where we are rewatching the entire Star Trek franchise, starting at the beginning of the official chronology and working our way through. We have finished Star Trek Enterprise. We did a couple seasons of Disco. We watched The Cage. We finished a season of Strange New Worlds. And now we're like halfway through Strange New Worlds season two. And today we're talking about Strange New Worlds season two, episode four, called Among the Lotus Eaters.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Dun, dun, dun.
my name is Gabe, and I'm with my co captain, Jason. Make it so, Jason.
Let's go. Here we go. Season two, episode five,
Four,
six, four. Okay.
four.
Okay. Let's go.
An exciting episode. So, if you've listened to this podcast or you yourself have seen The Cage, you know that Rigel 7 is a big deal because Ike has been there before. And
Mm-hmm.
when he went there, there was a landing party and three crewmen died. Spock almost died. Um, and this was a defining moment for Pike, really. The Pike we first meet in The Cage is sort of, I mean, would you say he's haunted by this event, Jason, in The
Yeah,
Cage?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so now we're going to go. It's been 5 years since Pike has, um, and this is just such a cool thing. I mean, we're talking about a, uh, I want to say failed pilot, but I don't know if that's the right word. The
Uh,
original, a
oh,
scrapped
no.
pilot.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't shortchange yourself there, buddy. Failed pilot. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, it was the original pilot
Yeah.
for Star Trek, the
Yeah.
original series that they scrapped the Pike version and went with the Kirk version. Um, but it's still a thing that exists and you can still watch, and it's still canon to the Star Trek universe. And obviously, Pike, I believe, was part of the original series as like a character that was at least referenced, or did he actually make appearances in the show?
So he made an appearance in a two-parter episode, one of the best episodes, one of the cooler episodes of the original series. And it's gonna be fun when we get there.
Yeah, and so this this Rigel 7 incident is a huge part of Star Trek, and so Strange New Worlds is paying homage to it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and so basically, it starts with um, they are doing, you know, at first it's like a nothing mission. The Enterprise and the Cayuga, helmed by Pike's girlfriend, Marie Battelle. they're kind of taking it easy. They're like on a date. He's cooking, which is a thing he does. And they're getting call messages and they're like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that right now. Right now we're spending time together, but things are getting more urgent and um eventually, the admiral calls Battelle, tells her she did not get the Commodore post. Um and Pike starts to feel like they're crazy for trying to keep this relationship going because they have like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. And he ends it with her. So they break up at the beginning of the episode.
Did they though? Like he
Yeah.
did say, "Let's take a break."
Yeah.
It was like a huge. That
She
was
did
one
the,
of the things. That was one of the things that I was like, "This is like a minor bump in the road," and I had a hard time. Like,
yeah.
no, it can't be over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she kind of did the thing like, fine, that's what you want.
Yeah,
Great. And then kind of walked off.
yeah.
Okay. So
But
then,
before we get too far, she
yeah.
gives him a pendant
Yeah.
that is kind of a MacGuffin, but also vital
Opelian,
to the story.
an Opelian
Yeah,
mariner's keystone
yeah.
she found on Galt, recalling how ancient Opelian captains used it to guide lost sailors home. Um, so, anyway, that's the beginning. And so here's what's going on is that um, Una calls them and says there's news from Starfleet Command regarding Rigel 7. So in the ready room, um, they allude to this Rigel 7 incident that we learned about in the cage, and they look at surveillance of Rigel 7, which was like an M class exploration, um, but it was also like a first contact issue there. So they're looking at surveillance, and they have the like the Starfleet insignia on top of a building, right?
Hmm.
And so the issue is, well, this was supposed to be like a, you know, not breaking the prime directive mission, but here we are with the giant Starfleet insignia on the building. And so basically, Starfleet is like, without saying it in so many words, is like, you need to go clean up this mess because you broke protocol. Now it's corrupted the society, and you got to go figure out what's going on. And so initially, this time around, they're just going to go in and try to extract anything that is Starfleet. But they go down, and it is in Benga. It's Captain Pike. It is initially supposed to be Ortegas, but they pretty quickly realize that the reason why they have to do this away team is because the scanners don't work on Rigel 7 because of the radiation. And so uh, in, uh, Ortegas, to her dismay, does not get to go. She has to like manually fly the ship. Um, so it's Laan and Benga and go down. But pretty quickly down there, they start to get tinnitus, and then they start to get foggy, like their brains kind of aren't working, and they start forgetting things. Um, and then it gets to a point where they don't even know who they are, what they're doing. Um, and then they're basically put into like a penal colony that uh, is like working on a rock quarry,
Hmm.
and they meet one of the locals, and it becomes kind of like that movie Memento. If you've seen that
Yes.
Chris Nolan movie,
I was
where
about to say, I was like, oh, this
yeah,
episode's going to be really interesting because I'm wondering if he's going to make Memento references.
yeah, yeah. Although I have to say, so Memento used to be on my college. At ASU, they had the college station, and they would play movies. that movie was often on, never caught the full thing. Would either like only catch the
Sure.
beginning or the end. I don't know if I've ever actually seen the whole thing. And I,
Really?
yeah, and I sure as hell don't
What?
understand the whole movie, even though
I'm
I'm a
not
big,
here to take away your Chris Nolan fandom
yeah,
card or anything, but wow.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm talking like I've seen like 20-minute segments of it probably 20 or 30 times.
Sure.
So I've
Okay.
probably seen the whole movie, but like
Just not
not to the
the through
extent.
line. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a complicated movie. There's a famous YouTube clip of Nolan explaining the plot where he like maps it all out, and it's really impressive. But anyway, the hook in that movie is he tattoos himself because he has no memory.
Yep.
And the only way he knows where he is, who he is, what he's supposed to be doing is trying to interpret these tattoos. And that's the whole plot. Um, so in this, there's a similar thing going on. There's like these totems, um, and the totems are there to do, serve the same purpose. You know, you have no memory, you don't know what's going on. The totem tells a story. Which, you know, it's funny is I watched this episode before I went to Alaska. I just got back
Okay.
from Alaska,
Yes.
um, and I didn't understand the significance of that, but now I understand. Like that's literally what a totem is it tells a story.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
you know, we did a tour in Ketchikan with like a local indigenous tour guide. I think his tribe was the Tlingit,
Clink it.
the
Yes.
Tlingit,
However, it is pronounced clink it.
Tlingit. All
Yeah.
right. There's no K at the beginning, but it's
No,
pronounced like there is
no,
one.
no, no.
Okay. But anyway, that was one of my questions because you know you see a lot of totem poles and you tour them and stuff. I asked him, I was like, um, are these like spiritual? And he's like, he was very adamant, like, no, these are not religious objects.
No.
They are to tell stories. They're to commemorate weddings. They're to commemorate significant events.
Some of them
Um,
are in
yeah,
other tribes, but yes.
right. Yeah, for
Yep.
him, it was he was like, no, each one tells a story,
Yeah.
and then as we saw them, he would tell the story of this was the wedding between this person and this person, or this was this event. And I just thought that was an interesting coincidence that I was just like, I had no, you know, I had no knowledge that totem was simply just a device to tell story to some
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and in this Star Trek episode, that's how it worked.
It's exactly
So
how it worked.
yeah, it's kind of one of those cool things when you travel, you know, you learn something like that you
Yep.
never would have otherwise. So
Yep. Absolutely.
anyway, so the totems also they also like even though they tell a story, they also kind of like like a device to kind of control the masses. So
Mm-hmm.
they tell this sort of myth of like regaining your memories,
Yeah.
which is a lie. And so
Big old fib.
eventually, yeah. So eventually, a big part of this is that the king of of this society is one of the crewmen that Pike thought he lost, Yauman Zach Wynn.
Yep.
So he 5 years he's been there, and this is why the Starfleet insignia is on the building. Um, and he, you know, he is like aware of everything, and he's used his um, knowledge and experience as a post warp society member to basically exploit this pre warp society
Yes.
um, for his own gain, and now he's like king.
Yep.
Um, and so a big chunk of the episode is just them not being able to remember. So again, it was like Memento,
Yep.
and they are able to piece it together enough. You know, like La'an gets hurt, and Benga doesn't even know he's a doctor, but he kind of instinctually knows how to help. they do discover that emotion is a app to get around the memory loss. So they're able to sort of harness emotions and you know, they're smart enough to figure that out. And so they start to use that to their advantage. And um eventually you know, they storm the castle, so to speak, and defeat Zach. And Pike is like almost going to kill him, but then he doesn't give in to the urge to
Pause
kill
there
him.
for a second.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
that to me was another Christopher Nolan moment from one of the Batman films, especially where Batman is pummeling on the Joker,
sure.
and it was so reminiscent of another of that scene where it's like, and then he finally pulls himself back and he's like, "No, I'm Batman. I'm better than this. No, I'm Pike. This is not what I
Yeah,
do."
I only have one rule.
Yeah, exactly.
He never says what that rule is, but we know it's I don't kill anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um,
And you're gonna break that rule.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, they basically take him into custody and it's Starfleet's problem now. They're gonna figure it out. Um, but at the same time this is happening, this radiation emanates so far into space that those on the Enterprise start to also befall to this memory loss, and so it's a real crisis um, that they can't remember who they are, what they're supposed to be doing. Ortegas doesn't even know she's a pilot, and then she has to fly the ship. Um, but they figure it out. Um, and as a parting gift to Rigel 7, they actually extract the asteroid that's causing the radiation.
Hmm.
Um, and, you know, there's a bit of a dilemma there of, well, isn't this breaking the prime directive because you're affecting the future of this society? But Pike argues that, well, the asteroid did that to them. So I'm just undoing that. And so Spock agrees. He's like, fine, I guess that's logical. And that was the end. Oh, and then Pike and Marie get back together at the end.
Yep.
Because Pike realizes that even though it's like not perfect, um, he really likes her. And
Yes, he
she's
does.
rare in that she understands his plight. She understands
Thank
where he needs
you.
to lead. Yeah.
Thank you. Who else understands you, Captain Christopher Pike, than another
Yeah.
captain?
Right.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
got something to talk about.
Exactly.
Because only those in command know what they go through.
Right.
And she's
So yeah,
accused,
that
so
yeah. Yeah. And we still don't know if she's cool with his dalliances with their women. We don't know what the
Yeah,
story is
yeah,
there.
I still have I don't think she knows.
It's weird, and I wonder if it's going to come up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she knows that he had a little jaunt with the princess or whatever,
Yeah.
the high priestess of that one society.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Toronto.
Yes. But yeah, no, he's
Um.
but yeah,
So yeah, that was it. That was the high level brief synopsis.
that was great.
Um. The fact that this was like largely man versus nature um makes it such that there's less stuff
Yeah.
perhaps for us to dissect. Not that there's nothing there, but it's just
Yep,
less than other episodes.
definitely.
Um, we were just talking about the relationship. I I felt like as you said, he had a thing with the princess. You know, if you're gonna have that, can you really like can you really then have us then believe that he has this deep connection with Marie Batel?
Yeah, no,
Like doesn't it feel a little disingenuous?
it does. It absolutely does. And, and that's the thing, right? Is that there is something there. Um, and there is a connection. And I think Laan says it like, oh, you just don't want to get too close because of whatever the circumstances, whether he thinks he knows he's gonna be incapacitated at some point in his life and doesn't want to take that leap or what, or this is just, but this is definitely like two teenagers like having a fling and kind of being cool, you're young and you can sort of date lightly but see other people, that kind of situationship.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, uh, maybe I'm just a shipper on this one, but I think they've got something. But I totally agree with you.
Okay.
It does make it a little bit, you know, I don't know. It cheapens it, I guess. I don't know the right word, but maybe I'm just a Pike Patel shipper.
No, that's totally fair. I've been there, I get it. And they obviously have legs. I mean, if you think about, they were basically opponents when Una was on trial.
Yeah,
Uh, and so, the fact that they survived that is pretty incredible. At least in my opinion,
yeah.
I personally would find that to be very difficult. Um,
If you
because
if
that,
you and if you and should we say names? Okay, no. Like you and your wife, like if you guys were
yeah.
two opposing attorneys
Well, and
on one
and
case,
this the stakes were one of my best friends and best officer was going to get
absolutely.
thrown in prison for decades.
Sure.
That was what was at stake. Yeah, that would definitely create a problem.
So you couldn't have looked past your uniform.
I mean, now that we're married, yeah, I could, but
Right, right, right.
this is not that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no. Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I mean,
so yeah,
she was with him in Montana in the first scene, for Pete's sake.
yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, yeah, yeah.
And that wasn't him like vacationing in Montana.
No, that was him
That
at
was him like
home.
in exile.
Yeah, exactly. That's him at
Yeah,
home. I'm like, I
yeah,
don't know if you bring a non sort of serious home like that in that
right.
state.
Yeah. They need to address because was it only the princess lady? I thought there was
Yeah, I
one
think so.
more.
I think there was one more, but I think the one more was just like it wasn't, I think it was just first base, wasn't it? It was just like a kiss or
Yeah,
whatever.
right. I think you're right.
I'm like,
I don't
we
know, man.
don't need to make Pike like Kirk. We don't. We
See,
just
but
don't.
but you can tell though that's what the writers are trying to do, right?
Yeah, it is interesting that there's like quite a few more love stories in Strange New Worlds at the moment with Spock as
Yeah.
well. So I'm like, okay.
Right. Right. Yeah. They're trying to harken back to a, more um misogynistic time. Is that the
Yeah, a
word?
little bit. Yeah, totally, totally. Oh, absolutely. The 60s for sure.
Yeah. But I feel like they do need to address it and probably soon.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know, check in on T'Pring, um, see what Marie Batel knows. They need to address this stuff.
Yeah. But again,
So
the Opelian Mariners pendant thing. I'm like, really, dude? That's what you needed? to know that I'm like, really? Really? Okay, okay. I mean, I get it works for the story, but I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, you got your girlfriend is a captain, man.
So I'm guessing the first trip to Rigel 7 was very brief, like so brief that they
Yeah, must
didn't
have.
get affected by the.
Honestly, it's amazing that they took this. Like, they took like this was like I don't know, very Star Wars-ish, but like they took like a sentence or like half a scene, and they were
Right.
like, "Yep, let's do that. Let's do that."
Yeah.
No,
Hmm.
but thank you for Andor, anyways. But for half a scene or
Hmm.
whatever, a line. But yes,
Right. So I'm guessing when they went the first time, the the battle must have occurred like right away, like
must
right when
have,
they got off the ship,
must have.
Im immediately taken fire. Um, Otherwise, they would have fallen into this synaptic degradation,
Yes, yes,
right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So it wasn't. It definitely was not what I was expecting. Um, because like once I found out that's what we're gonna see, I was like, oh, we're gonna like this is gonna be super traumatic for Pike. Um, he's gonna relive this horrible
Yeah.
event, but then we didn't really get that because he wasn't himself down there.
Yep.
And so anything that would have triggered, painful memories, just wasn't a thing because he just wasn't himself.
Thank you for
So
saying that. Thank you for saying that
yeah.
because that's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Hmm.
I thought we were going to get a much deeper psychological episode,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, okay."
And then that's not what happened at
I
all.
was like, "Oh, a memory loss episode." And I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe." I was like because okay, in high school, did you ever read the Odyssey?
I mean, I never read the Odyssey. I feel like we studied it
Okay,
without reading it, if that makes sense.
because there are characters in that book that eat lotus flowers
Okay.
and forget that they want to go home,
Hmm.
basically. So they
Is
keep
that
eating the lotus
when they're
flower.
with
And
the Amazonian women?
yeah, 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 exactly,
Okay.
exactly, exactly. And
Okay.
so they're fed these lotus flowers, and they forget that they wish to go home. And I think I don't know if this is, and I don't know if that's true that this was the progenitor for the title. But I was
Hmm.
like, oh, this is a lot like it, but not really because
Hmm.
they weren't being held captive to do, well, yeah, they kind of were to do indentured slave labor, but it wasn't as clear who the
Yeah.
captive was
Right. Right.
because they could have just been captive to their memories. And the other thing too is I love the 1960s kind of Star Trek throwback in which they lose their memories. You know how like the screen kind of shimmers a little bit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. Yeah.
goes-
Right.
That's a very Star Trek 1960s. You'll see it when we watch the original series. It'll go and and it'll have that. And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool."
Nice.
And then they
I like
forget
that.
or whatever the mem yeah. So for me, it took me a second time to watch it because I was like, what is going on? And it took me a long time. It took me a second watch to realize, oh, it's the radiation from this asteroid that is causing this. It's not a I was like, it was very unclear the first time I watched it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, how is this not permanent? And I was like, oh, okay, it's radiation from an asteroid.
Got it.
I guess I was only half paying attention the first time I saw it.
happens to me all the time. I often have to rewatch these episodes for the very reason because I always think that I can pull it off. I'm like, oh, I can just like half watch this while doing something else,
Yep,
and
totally.
then it'll be very, particularly at the beginning of the episode, it'll be very dialogue
Yeah,
dense,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, I clearly just missed like the most
Yep,
important sentence of the whole thing.
yep, exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but I don't know, man. So yeah, not my favorite episode.
Not my favorite episode either.
Really like the yeah, I like the idea a lot. But the issues that we brought up to me, yeah, I mean, I'd take it to like an 80, 81%, 82% is
Yeah,
my grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, the season has gone. All the other episodes have been so well done.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
I'm not, and it's not, and this is really this is really picking at hairs though, really. Like, it's still a good episode. It's not the worst of television that I've ever seen. It's not the most appalling episode I've ever seen. It was just
Right.
kind of like a little boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm gonna give this like a lieutenant grade, 1.5 pips.
Okay.
Fun episode. I love the Ortegas. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. The little red caboose.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
That I fly the ship, but I was like, okay.
If they had done, like you were saying, the deep psychological
No, what
analysis of
you
Pike,
said. It's what you said, not
yeah,
me. You said.
yeah. Well, if they had done that, it would
Yeah,
have been excellent. It would have
yeah,
really been excellent.
yeah. Like, if that was like, Zach and the crew that they left behind were the ones being enslaved, or the ones that were like, being tortured, or, whatever. And that would have been much more exciting, and meaningful to me.
Totally agree. And it does feel like they didn't want it was almost like they were trying to avoid a retcon, or they were trying to play it safe
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Like by like not having a real uh by Pike not being himself, they didn't have to address it. And I just thought that was, I don't know, I thought that was a weird choice.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I'm like, you didn't, but there wasn't anything to retcon.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
I
something I don't
didn't.
know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I'm 100% with you on that one. Don't know.
So, okay. Was there anything else about this one you want to talk about?
Mm,
Was the medallion a callback that you're aware of to something
no,
else?
no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Opelion, is that an actual thing from the Star Trek
Uh,
universe?
oof, maybe. I don't know.
Let's look it up. Let's see. Opelion. It says nope, it's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but again,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Um,
is there
yeah.
anything else going on in the?
Well, they announced that new show.
Oh yeah, at San Diego Comic-Con. Yep.
Yeah. Um,
Starfleet Academy.
yeah. What do you think that's all about? Have you looked into it?
So this is I so yeah, this is gonna take place in the future. So this
Okay.
is not even this is in our immediate radar. The
Okay.
other thing that I heard that is going on, is that there are two things, and one is more rumorish than anything, but as we all know, this Strange New Worlds will come to an end at season 5. Um, some of the people at Paramount are talking about a Paul Wesley led Star Trek series, which is like the first year of Kirk. So I mean, they get to keep the sets and the uniform and all that kind of stuff, and just put and take out Rebecca Romaine and a couple others, and keep Ethan Peck and whatever, and Scotty. Anyways, yeah. So that is a rumor that might happen, and then apparently at San Diego Comic-Con they were talking about a show already in the works, potentially called Star Trek Khan Noonien Singh, the one that we
Mm-hmm.
met
Mm-hmm.
as a child, the mass
That's a
murderer.
show, you said?
It's a pot. Yeah, it looks like it's a potential show.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
no more details other than that. Oh, the other thing I did want to ask you, what did you think about Skydance taking and buying Paramount for $8 billion?
Yeah, I gotta say, dude, I've never heard of Skydance. I don't know what that is. What
Are
is
you
that?
kidding me?
Swear to God. What is that?
Skydance did a lot of they do a lot of J.J. Abrams. I mean, they're the ones that
Oh.
did the J.J. Abrams Star
Mm.
Trek
Oh, okay.
zombie zombie Trek, whatever. But yeah, it's not his production company, which I believe is called Bad Robot. But Skydance is the one, the parent is a parent like production company that has done quite a bit of J.J. Abrams stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on X, FKA Twitter. I saw it in the news, but it was kind of like that CEO that got busted at that Coldplay concert.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They're like the CEO of Astronomer. I was like, I don't know what the hell Astronomer is.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like they were acting like it was, Amazon or something.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Um, I'm like, okay, is that a real company? And I mean, maybe someone listening to this is gonna, blast me for that. But I'm like, I've literally never heard of this company.
Yeah,
And it was the same thing with
exactly.
Skydance. I'm like, I don't know what this
Oh,
is.
okay,
And
okay.
I sure as hell didn't know they had $8 billion or whatever.
Yeah,
Was it eight
Skydance is a
billion?
large film production company.
I mean, is that what you said? 8 billion? Or
Yeah,
was
I
it
think
more than
so.
that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you. I mean, I didn't say how much, but that's I think how much that they
It
were,
was
and that's what
probably more. It's probably more than that.
probably.
Here, let's see how much it was.
I
It's
am,
probably
as you're looking that up, I
it,
am,
wa- it was 8 billion.
yeah,
Yeah. That's crazy though. You think about like the Lucasfilm acquisition. What was that? 15 years ago, 12 years ago? I don't know. That was what, 10 billion?
yep.
Or no, that was 4
It
billion.
was 4 billion.
The MCU one was 10 billion.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of
but
crazy to think.
they set the stage though. I mean, you only build on that, right? From
Yeah.
whatever
Honestly, I would have thought Paramount would be worth a lot more than
more
8
than eight
billion.
billion dollars. Yeah,
I
yeah,
would have guessed 15 to 20, but
yeah.
there you go. But no, but honestly, I look at that as a good thing. If Skydance has history with Star Trek, that means they'll fight to keep it alive. Hopefully, they
Yeah,
don't
we'll
make it
see.
J.J. Abrams Star Trek,
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
does that mean wasn't there a danger of Star Trek just
Yeah.
disappearing
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
forever?
And I don't
Yeah,
know. Absolutely, they could have sold it off, and they could still sell it off to like and break it up into pieces, right? Um, I don't know if this
yeah,
is the entire picture, but yeah, we'll see.
maybe a Disney Star Trek.
Oh God, no. No, I would not want this franchise to go into, oh no, 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 no. Do not make a fight. No, 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 no. Oh
Think they'd
boy.
ruin it?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've got our hands on Star Trek.
You think they'd ruin it?
Uh, I just like I know Andor and I know like all of like the ones that they don't put it, but like
Hmm.
every like it just sinking feeling that they put the little logo in the corner.
Yeah.
And then, every time they open up the Star Wars universe movies, da 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 da, I'm like, no. The castle and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, every time I see a Star Wars that da 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 I'm like, no, don't do that. But yeah,
It takes you out of it.
it takes me out of it a little bit.
Well, let's pray they never go to Amazon because doesn't Amazon own James Bond now?
Yeah, they do.
I'm just not a fan of Amazon's production
Didn't
value.
you like didn't you like the Lord of the Rings or uh
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at is they their stuff always feels very sound stagey. And and it's
oh,
and it's
oh.
always missing like magic. Like, did you watch the Jack Ryan show?
I did not.
Yeah, like I think
Uh,
give it a watch and I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
There's a certain like cinematic quality that's just missing.
Yeah. I
Um
get that. I get that.
yeah, it just I don't know if it's like a cost decision or what. I can't explain it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But um but that's the Lord of the Rings show and the Jack Ryan show both give me that vibe of it felt like the budget was the number one priority here.
Sure.
Not
Sure.
not that it's low budget, but that they like streamlined everything maybe so
Yeah.
like they were reusing stuff. I don't know
It's
what
it's
the
it's
mechanism
run
is.
by bean counters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so season two of Rings of Power was I'll go ahead and say very good.
Okay.
Um it just does not hold a candle to the Peter Jackson
Sure.
stuff.
Sure, 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 sure,
Um
sure, sure, sure.
so I would be afraid they would do that to Star Trek.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
in this
I'm
hypothetical
gonna be
scenario we
so
just made up five
I'm gonna
seconds
be
ago.
so pissed if they like make us go, oh, you have to watch, the next gen on like, Amazon Prime, and then you got to go to HBO Max to go and watch, the films, and for the original series, you have to go to Netflix, and I'm like, no.
See, remember when this stuff was on Netflix and I didn't have to subscribe to Paramount? It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
I don't use Paramount for anything
Oh,
other than
really?
Star Trek. Yeah,
Really?
there's not one thing I watch in there other than Star
Oh,
Trek.
interesting.
I don't watch South Park. I don't watch anything.
Okay, okay. Oh,
Um,
interesting. They've got some pretty cool documentaries, and they've got women's football, so.
all right, there you go. Yeah, not going to do it for me. So my dream would be for Star Trek to go back to Netflix. So whoever needs to buy Star Trek for that to happen, that's what I want.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I totally forgot they were on Netflix for a long time.
I think when we started this
Yes,
podcast,
it is. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes. That's right. That's right. And then we had to get Paramount Plus, and we're like, oh man.
yeah. And then for me, I know this isn't on your radar, but there is a new Zelda game that's coming out, and today
Another one?
a trailer was out, or a trailer was revealed today.
Oh.
So yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know anything?
yeah. We know quite a bit because it's technically a spin-off game, and so
You're gonna have
do
to
you know?
explain that to me. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Aren't
so
they all kind of spin-off?
yeah, I know why you would say that, but specifically what this means, a spin-off, is that it is it's a third party. Not all spin-offs are third party, but that definitely helps. Um,
Oh.
it's kind of like the Solo film
Yeah.
is a spin-off of the Skywalker saga or whatever
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Are you a little worried about that? That doesn't worry
About
you at all? That somebody else is doing their own thing?
well, for Zelda,
Yeah.
um, so the thing is that this is actually so okay, here's what it is. It's a sorry, I have to sneeze. Hmm. It's a Muso game, and
Okay.
so uh Muso Japanese games
Yes.
is basically one versus 1,000. And so
Okay.
yeah, there's um I think like the leader in this genre is this company called Koei Tecmo. And I think like the like what do you call the most popular like breakthrough for Muso games was this thing called Dynasty Warriors.
Okay.
So anyway, it's its own genre. And so it's like it's single player and you walk into an arena and you battle thousands of enemies at once. They come at you in hordes and they're weak, so like one swipe of the sword kills most of them. And that's kind of the point. It's just this feeling of like you're like godlike, you're just like killing literally tens of thousands of
Okay.
enemies.
Okay.
So they have already made two of these Muso Zelda games. One of them was completely non-canonical. It was just called Hyrule Warriors, and it was just a mashup of generic Zelda boss enemies and bosses,
Okay.
and then a huge roster of Zelda playable characters, like 60 different characters. And that one has been re-released multiple times throughout the years, and they always add stuff to it. And then they came out with a quote prequel to Breath of the Wild called Age of Calamity, and it was a Muso game by Koei Tecmo. So it was the story of the past of Breath of the Wild, but with the gameplay style of Dynasty Warriors. They called it Hyrule Warriors, and
Okay.
so you can play as like all the different characters: Link, Zelda, the King of Hyrule, all the sages, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you're battling Hyrulean enemies, moblins, bokoblins, whatever,
Okay.
um, thousands of them at once. So it is a Zelda game, but you're when you play Zelda, you're never battling thousands of
Yeah,
bokoblins
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
once.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Yep.
but that game did decently well enough that now they're doing the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom. So you're playing in the past of Tears of the Kingdom, but it's a Muso, so it'll be one versus many
Okay. And that's it.
gameplay
That's
style.
all that you do is
Yeah, yeah, it
battle
is.
1,000 warriors?
Yeah, and you do
Like
traverse.
on different,
Yeah,
like on different.
yeah, parts of the map. Yeah,
Okay. 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 Okay.
you do
Okay.
traverse the overworld, and you unlock the map as you progress through the story,
Okay.
and there are cutscenes, so there is a story, but right now there's just this big debate on whether um the story is going to like pass pass the test of is it going to hold up, because um they were pretty misleading about the first one they did. They made it sound like it was going to be like a canonical tale, and then they did a J.J. Abrams thing with it. They did like a
Yeah.
Kelvin timeline thing with it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, and they didn't tell you that. like literally nobody knew that until we played the game. And then like the day it released, people were being like on Twitter, like, so I just
This
got
is
to this
in,
part.
yeah.
And so with this new one, all the marketing is kind of the same thing. And this time they're literally multiple times have said this is a canonical tale. And like me
What is your
personally, I'm
take on it?
ultra skeptical. I don't think it's going to be. Um, see. My argument is even if it is an alternate timeline, it's still canonical because the origin point is on the canon timeline,
Sure,
but
sure,
it
sure, sure,
just
sure,
shoots
sure,
off. So
sure,
you can be on an alternate timeline and still be canonical. So
sure.
that's my take. But
Okay, okay.
my
Because it'd
my
be weird from a non, obviously a non-Zelda. It
mhm.
would be weird as a fan for them to do it again and pull the wool over your eyes again.
Honestly, bro, it's funny you say that because like most people who are defending it right now are saying exactly that. They know
Y-
everyone was pissed last time. They're not going to do it again.
I would
But
be so pissed if they did it again.
that's what everyone's saying. I'm still skeptical because here's the thing: Breath of the Wild had all of these criticisms,
Uh-huh.
and honestly, they just doubled down on them on Tears of the
Uh-huh.
Kingdom.
Uh-huh.
They straight up doubled down on them instead of the story taking
Yeah.
place 100 years ago. It took place thousands of years ago.
Yeah, this is definitely feeling J.J. Abrams. Yeah, we're making Star Trek, but no, we're not.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'll still play it. Um,
Yeah, of course you will.
it's funny though. Like
What's it coming out on? I'm sorry.
the Switch too.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
it's funny. No, it's cool. It's funny. The last one um, on the Switch came out, and I don't know if this is a sign of just being an old man or whatever. Um, so just imagine you're swinging the sword at hordes of thousands of enemies, and
Yeah.
so your thumbs are like click 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 click
Yeah,
click.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I would literally be like in a battle, and I would have to turn the switch on the side and like switch
Yeah, yeah,
fingers.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because you're getting cramped.
Yeah, like literally my thumbs would stop functioning.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
like I doubt that like a young kid playing it
No,
has
yeah,
this
yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing, the last
No,
one
it's
came out,
aging. It's aging.
yeah, the last one came out in 2020. So these thumbs are 5 years older.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so like I literally might not be able to play this game.
You're just gonna have to like take it in smaller chunks.
I get, yeah, I mean, that might work, but like some of it was literally like the mission is like 20 minutes long and has multiple phases.
Oh,
And it's not like you can like stop
oh.
in the middle and save.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
have to
yeah. Got
finish it.
it. Got it.
So
Yeah,
I
so
get
you
so
might, yeah, it might take you a while.
yeah. So that's my big concern right now.
Okay, that I
Yeah.
totally get that. And if I were in your shoes, I would have that same the like when you mentioned offshoot and somebody else taking it and messing
Yeah.
around with it, you had me
Mhm.
there at skeptical. I'm like,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
That's like that's like I don't know. For example, that's like giving the Star Wars universe to I don't know Ryan Adams,
I hear you, man. I know.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that would be my concern that you're losing some of the Zelda-ness of it.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's real. And to be honest, there's no way it won't be a problem to some
Sure,
degree.
sure, 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 sure.
Impossible that it won't be.
Absolutely,
Um,
100%. But as
so
long as you enjoy the game, I guess that's. And do you think you're gonna TikTok and talk about it,
yeah,
like all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
You think
I
there'll be
will.
content enough to be like, oh my gosh, look, the
Yeah.
owl of Micronesia.
Yeah. I think yeah, there'll be at least one video for sure to
Okay,
come out of it.
okay. Because yeah,
At
I'd be
least one
very concerned that, you know, they're
for
gonna
sure.
do that exact same. No, 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 it's canon. No, 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 no.
Yeah. No,
This
they're
these characters were from Breath of the Wild. Was that?
agreed. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
All right.
everybody, thanks for listening and watching. We appreciate it. And please consider subscribing to us on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. And follow us and subscribe to us on wherever you're listening to this, if you're listening to this as a podcast. And we appreciate it. This is something that we do for fun, um, but it's always cool to increase our engagement nonetheless. And yeah, thank you. And
Thank
thank you,
you.
Jason.
No, thank you. Always fun to be back
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you next week if
next week.
everything goes to plan.
Oh no. We're gonna have to postpone a week. Angel and I are out of town next week.
Okay, well then we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you and live long and prosper.
And may the force be with you.
See ya. All right, amigo.
All right,
Good
buddy.
talking
It's
to
been
you.
fun. Yep, good talking to you. Welcome back.
Thanks,
Glad
man.
you had a good time in Alaska and